They can be big or small, long or short, slimy or scaly, and some can even fly. But no matter what eels look like, they all have one thing in common: an elusiveness that has made them some of the ocean's most enigmatic creatures. Because despite how well we think we know the ocean, there are still plenty of things we don't know about eels. Hi, and welcome to this channel. I'm your host. And though eels may not be the most majestic or obviously important part of the ocean, much like plankton, they play an essential role in the ecosystem. So here are just a few reasons why eels are among the ocean's most mysterious creatures. 1. We don't know how many eel species there are. Eel taxonomy is a real head-scratcher, because as far as scientists can tell, there are supposed to be 8, maybe 9, or possibly 10 recognized families of eels. The problem is that new ones keep getting discovered, like the goblin eel, which was only described by science in 2019. This eel lives at depths of more than 2,000 meters and looks like other deep-sea eels, except for its huge teeth. These make it perfectly adapted to eat its prey, which is mostly crustaceans. But these deep-dwelling eels are hard to find and study, meaning that even now, decades after it was identified, we still don't have much information on this species. And because scientists aren't even sure how many eel families exist, they can't give any new ones official names until they figure out exactly what's out there. It's like trying to name all the squirrels in your town before you figure out how many species of squirrel there are. 2, they're really hard to track. When it comes to eels, scientists can't even agree on where they begin their life. According to one theory, they all hatch in the Sargasso Sea, an area of the Atlantic Ocean known for its warm waters and strong currents. This makes sense because the currents spread out and mix up the Sargasso Sea's water, creating the perfect environment for tiny baby eels to drift along on their way to their various habitats around the world. This would also explain why American eels show up in the Mediterranean Sea, and why European eels end up in the Americas. Another idea proposes that eels actually hatch in the freshwater rivers and lakes they will eventually call home. While this seems a bit odd since adult eels typically avoid fresh water, it could just mean that they need a different set of life stages to fully develop. Unfortunately, because it's so hard to track eels in their natural environment, scientists haven't been able to confirm either theory with 100% certainty. 3. Their weird life cycles. Speaking of life cycles, even those are a little weird. For example, while most eels live out their adult lives in the ocean, moon eels spend most of their time on land. Moon eels have special skin adaptations that allow them to breathe on both land and in water. However, they still need to get back into the ocean to spawn. To do this, they use their powerful tails to launch themselves through the air. It's a risky journey because if they land in the wrong spot, they might dry out and die. But if all goes well, the male and female moon eels will meet up in the ocean mate and then immediately die shortly after. 4. They're just plain weird. It turns out that weird is another word for eel. Take, for instance, the shoemaker fish. Its most outstanding feature is its pelvic fin, which is fused together to form a cup-like structure. This helps the eel to walk along the ocean floor in search of food. Or consider the spiny eel, which has 2 sets of jaws. The first set is hidden inside its mouth and used for catching prey, and the second set is located outside of its mouth and used for crushing and tearing apart its food. And let's not forget about the flying fish, which uses its elongated fins to glide through the air. These are just a few examples of the strange and wonderful world of eels. With over 800 species of eel living in our oceans, there is sure to be many more bizarre and fascinating creatures waiting to be discovered. So the next time you hear someone say something is as elusive as an eel, you'll know exactly why. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, hit like and subscribe so you do, and miss out on future installments of the weird world of eels. See you later.